I grew up on a farm west of Calgary in the Springbank area. We had a dairy farm, and there was a lot of us children there, 10 of them to be exact. There was Susie and Harriet and Joe and Gladys and Bertha, Kitty, me, Sam, Bill, and then little Teddy. So it was a very busy farm. This is a picture of the house where we lived at that time. And my memories of that farm are really great, because my brothers Sam and Bill and Kitty and I, we had such good times when we were growing up. We could just do anything we wanted. We never had any worries about doing household things, but we played a lot up in the barns and then in the old house when we moved into our new home. And it was I always loved school, and it was really great that I could go and train to be a school teacher. My dad, I think, helped me a lot to be able to do that. It was in the war years, and I only got to go to training there for 6 weeks, and then we sent us out to teach. I went up to a school up at Edson, west of Edmonton, and I taught there until February, I think. Then we came back to college again, and I had another 6 weeks of training, and I was a school teacher. So then I went to other schools. I taught at a school out east of Crossfield. Then I taught at a school on the way to Cremona, Byron. Then I was down at Brushy Ridge at Cochrane. And about that time I got married, and we started our own family.
They were boarding a school teacher there that was teaching at the school just south of their place, and so I found out her name. Her name was Jennie Mahood. So I thought, that's the good-looking girl that's south of my place a while ago. Let's get around Christmas time, so we heard that the teacher was looking for a Christmas tree. So two of my friends and I, we went out west and we got down a nice Christmas tree, and I left a note on it. I said the price of this tree, 1 bag of candy and a kiss.
And when I got to school the next day, here was this great big sign on the blackboard. Can you imagine what the children were thinking about all this? But I decided I would just do that my way. So when we made up all these candy bags, I put I put on a lot of lipstick, and then I put a kiss on each of those candy bags, and so that's how they got their kisses.
And I kept that bag and that kiss for a long time. I don't know whatever happened to it, but I collected a few more kisses.
Yeah, Daniel John was our first son. When he was a little boy, he was helping me plant the garden one time. He was just a little gaffer, and he's helping me seed the peas. And he came to me and he said, "Mom, I lost one of those. You think God can find it?" So he was learning early about the Lord in those days. Colleen was next, and it was a very difficult birth too, but the doctor told me afterwards she was going to be a very beautiful baby. And Colleen has
after her father.
Oh yes, Colleen has traveled the world. She's been to a lot of places. And then Carol happened to come on Christmas Day. George thought that was the worst Christmas he'd ever had.
I missed my Christmas dinner.
Mm-hmm. Easy for him to say that.
It was really cold that year too.
Mm-hmm.
Had to put a fire under the car to get it started.
Mm-hmm. We thought we'd never get to the hospital in time, but we did. And then there was Barry. Barry's greatest problem was running his hand through the pump jack when he was about 2 years old. And he had a cast on his hand for a long time. I think Brian was the only baby that I didn't nurse. After Brian came
I didn't nurse him.
Michael. And I had all these cards made out for Michael that we sure he was going to be a girl. So I had all these little cards that said, what's he say now? My mind has gone blank.
Oh, is that what it said? No, I didn't say that.
Tailor-made. Something about
well,
this tailor-made. This tailor-made was made, M-A-I-D, was going to be born. So I had to change it to that fact that he's tailor-made. We had another boy, Eric. And Eric was a good hefty size one. A very difficult birth too. The doctor actually let me stay in the hospital for 2 weeks. I think he was feeling sorry for me. So we thought that maybe was the end of our family, but the Lord gave us one more little girl after that, Maureen. And we had many happy memories of these children growing up. It seemed like every Sunday we had so many people at our table. We had children staying overnight so often that I finally put a sign up out there, Haybag Palace, no vacancies. Yeah, that's what it was. But our children enjoyed those days, and I'm happy that we did it, but it was a lot of work and a lot of, I don't know, never-ending meals and dishes and floors to sweep, but we're glad we did it. So now our children are mostly married. They have raised some wonderful children that we are very proud of. We actually have 23 grandchildren, and wonder of wonders, we are great grandparents. The Lord truly has been blessing our families. We never really had holidays when our family was growing up. You were sort of tied to the end of the cow's tail, I tell you. So we couldn't take off very often, but about 1979, I think the kids decided they were going to give us a Christmas present. And so they flew us down to California. So we got to go to Disneyland, and then we went on down into Tijuana, Mexico. That was quite a memorable trip. And then a few years later we decided, well, we could almost do that on our own. So we started going to the States then. We went to visit Colleen down in Haiti the next year. And then we decided we were going to get involved with this mission that was called Mobile Missionary Assistance Program. And for many years we went to the States every winter and got involved with some of these jobs, working on churches and camps and any number of jobs. They were very good years for us. Then one time we decided we were going to finally get to Ireland because we had these good friends, the Harrises from Saskatchewan, that wanted to go with us. So we had a good couple of weeks away, went to England and then into Ireland. Met some of our relations. In fact, I met this first cousin of mine that was 108.
A few months after this older lady met us, she died.
We didn't really need to tell that because everybody dies eventually anyway.
Well, if we hadn't met her, she probably would have lived longer. That's a figure.
Okay. But it's so good to see the places where my mom and dad grew up in Ireland. I decided I wanted to do some painting, and so I had a paint by number, and I enjoyed that so much. And then after a while I got thinking, why do I have to stay on all these lines? Why couldn't I just do it? So then I started painting on my own and found out I could go to a lady and take some painting lessons over by Carstairs. And that really got me into going to classes. And so I've done that for years already. I still go to classes, and I love painting, both oil, watercolor, acrylics. I think I go to classes for inspiration as much as anything. And I also enjoy quilting, or sewing quilt tops together. I don't enjoy the sewing part of it as much as I like putting pieces of material together. I guess church has always played a big part in our lives. Even when the babies were just out of the hospital that week, we always showed up at church with them. And I've enjoyed teaching Sunday school, and now I teach Bible studies and sometimes the adult Sunday school class. But it's the Sunday school programs that I have enjoyed the most. Always doing drama and helping the little kids get dressed up for their parts and so forth. Well, I think there are some things I would like to be able to share with our grandchildren, and just know for sure that we're all going to be together in heaven with them. It's a really special thing to me when I see that they make their homes Christian. I just can't talk about stuff like that. I just get all teary-eyed. So just as a closing thought, I thought perhaps I should just share this with our grandchildren. That you would always make your home, wherever it might be, a place of love. And that it might be always filled with harmony, commitment, and love and happiness. And may there be strength for your hard times, because they're bound to come too. And humor to ease the testing, the times of testing that will come too. And may you always have your shoulders there ready for the times of tear. And may God bless each one of you richly. Are you ready to do it now? I can't even think what to say, Lowell. You'll have to wipe that out. Okay, are you ready to start again?
Yep, ready when you are.
Oh, dear. Colin, will you just go away? I can't do this.
Look at him. You're looking at him. And I'm leaving.
Alright, thank you for your help, Colleen.
Oh, dear. I should have written it all down, then I could read it, eh? Do I have to keep going here?
No, that was really good. I enjoyed that a lot.
That's good enough now. Oh, mercy, you wouldn't want all that on there. I'm through. That's it. You got it shut off now?